The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRCMedia, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
This week on FRCmedia News, it's December and that means the call has gone out for local holiday donations. How are organizations keeping up with the demand for service? Increasing Fall River's housing stock may include the construction of accessory dwelling units, and we preview this weekend's Children's Holiday Parade. All this and more coming up. It's Thursday, December 4th, 2025. This is FRCmedia News. I'm Keith Tebow. With a little less than a month left in 2025, our focus now shifts to the holidays. For many local social service agencies, that means seeking donations to assist those who need extra help this holiday season. Citizens for Citizens and its Operation Christmas program has provided toys for local youth for over 50 years. This year, it's in dire need of donations to give gifts to some 4,000 city children. Program coordinator Crystal Arpa says the goal of Operation Christmas is to provide families struggling to make ends meet with toys to give their children.
Years ago when it started out with people getting used toys. Now every child gets new toys, 2 major gifts. They receive stocking stuffers and they receive hats and mittens. Every family gets at least one family game to promote family time. We currently service in our Fall River area. We service about 4,000 children. Our Taunton does about 2,000 children every year. So we have a huge area from Westport to Seekonk, Fall River to Taunton, and all the areas in between we're servicing these kids.
So far this year, the amount of toy donations is substantially behind those of years past.
In early December, we normally have a lot of things already coming in. I would probably have close to a U-Haul truck full with toys and donations. And I don't even have a pickup truck full of toys for donations at this time. We will take donations at any day, any time. We make ourselves available to anyone wanting to donate. But I cannot stress how much CFC has been the biggest part of this community. We are one of the first places that do this and one of the biggest entities that take on the most children. We need help in order to continue to do this and give these children their smile and their Christmas wish.
Ms. Arpa fears that some difficult decisions may need to be made this season.
The past several years, I wonder if we are going to have enough if I take on the 4,000 children. And the reality is my naughty list might get cut down. That's what brings me to my 4,000 children is my naughty list. All the people who signed up late, who didn't get here in time or could not pick up their toys on distribution day. I call them my naughty listers and I give them a little bit of a hard time because they need to learn to be more responsible and we try to hold them to that. But I never say no as long as I have the toys, and this might be the year that I have to say no, and I would hate to do that.
With the toy distribution day just 2 weeks away, there's still time for people to make donations.
We are located at 822 Eastern Ave. Our normal hours of operation are Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. But again, I will stay later, come in earlier. I will come in on weekends. If you want to drop anything off, you don't need an appointment. You just come on in. We have a doorbell at the front door that you can ring and we come running out. We do have a parking lot that they can park in and there's doors on the side that are always open. Cash donations if they want to, or checks, which everything is a tax write-off. We are a nonprofit. I'll be happy to give you any receipt that you need. You can send a check, you can drop off a check, You can go onto our website and click the little donate for Operation Christmas button that's there under our Operation Christmas page. So there are several ways that they can, whatever's easier for them.
Miss Opera has been working with Operation Christmas for 21 years and remains grateful for the volunteers and donors who make the campaign a success.
Christmas is my favorite time. It was my father's favorite time. It is my mother's favorite time. It is the time that we bring hope and light to this world and to some families, and that is what makes me stick around. Like many other people, I would love to give more, but I always feel that way every year. I always want to give everybody more, and when the parents come and pick up and they see the gifts that they got and they're just so happy, it makes me feel like I finally did something right, especially since I'm always thinking I'm doing it wrong and I have to be better. So it's a good feeling to know that you've just helped somebody, and that's enough.
The deadline for families seeking support from Operation Christmas is tomorrow, Friday, December 5th. Toy distribution will take place on Saturday, December 13th. December 12th is the last day for parents to register to receive toys from the Law Enforcement Assisting Families, or LEAF program, working in cooperation with Blessed Trinity Parish. Fall River Police Department Sergeant Brett Kimball says last year the annual toy drive provided toys to over 600 children across the city.
Chief Kelly Furtado did a fantastic job. She has a hotline set up where you call the police department, 508-676-8511, and then you extension 4156. You leave your name, address, a contact phone number, the children's first name and their ages, and we reach out and make sure you have a magical Christmas. And when they call the hotline and they give their child's first name and their age, they can also mention something that they like, whether it be art stuff, Legos, sports, and we'll make sure to fulfill those needs.
Less than a week before Christmas, Blessed Trinity Church will host a community gift wrapping event, followed by the delivery of the toys.
The Saturday before Christmas, December 20th, starting about 9 a.m., the police will be, or they'll bring some before, they'll bring bags, basically a contractor bag of toys. And every toy that comes out of that bag gets wrapped and is put back in that bag, and that goes to one child in need in the city. So they come in the back where the parking lot is, and we have the wrappers in the hall. We have about 20 tables set up, and we have a whole bunch of people that help us wrap the gifts. I kind of call it St. Nicholas's workshop. And when we're done wrapping them, the bags go down the hallway, and our police officers take them out of the front of the church, and then they go deliver them. And what's really nice is for some of the wrappers, if they have a few minutes, they can go along on a delivery or two, which they can see the joy that this program brings to families in need at Christmas in our city.
Sergeant Kimball says LEAF has been involved with the toy drive for over 20 years, and experiencing the satisfaction of helping children enjoy Christmas never grows old.
It's very rewarding because they get to see firsthand, along with people who make donations are always welcome at the church on that wrapping day. It's not like other donations where you just give a check and you never see it again. You give a toy or a check or cash, whatever, to help us out, or even if you just want to show up and help, and you get to see the actual delivery and the joy and the attitude change of showing up at someone's door with presents where otherwise they may have none. I've often said many times when making deliveries that not to look at me because there's something maybe in my eye you need to turn away. Some families are at rock bottom and very desperate, and we show up and make things better instantly.
Police will be collecting toys this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Burlington on Mariano Bishop Boulevard. Angels Anonymous in Fall River is also holding a toy drive this holiday season. The Fall River Corps of the Salvation Army officially launched its Red Kettle campaign for the 2025 holiday season. Salvation Army Captain Sergo Lalane says the holiday collections will support the local organization's community outreach programs.
Each donation we receive from our Red Kettle, whether it's a large donation or a small donation, it stays in Fall River And the money we raise go into programs such as our food pantry, which operates twice a week, and it's a choice pantry. Anybody in the community is allowed to come. They just call us and we schedule it. They come and shop around for what they need. The money raised also is used in our emergency our soup kitchen, that is, which operates once a week. We provide a hot meal to anybody in the community who needs it. And we also have other social services like rent and utilities assistance, where the money we raise is helping with that regard. And youth programming like the beautiful band you just heard. It's the music, we have music instructors who's teaching the children how to play brass instrument, how to read music. The money, the funds that we raise help to cover all those expenses.
Captain Lane says as residents continue to struggle due to the high cost of living, being able to support the basic needs of the community has become more challenging.
We see the needs every year. It seems like it's getting higher and higher. In fact, during the last events, the government shutdown, for example, we've received lots of phone calls, about 10-15% additional phone calls for extra services. So that's the reason why it is so important for people to donate to the Salvation Army, especially during the red kettle season, because frankly, the money we raise stay with us year-round. It's not just for the season, for the Christmas season, because frankly, as we say, needs has no season, right? So people call us anytime they wanted it. So the need is even greater as we look around, as we see things.
The Salvation Army will be accepting cash donations at grocery stores across Greater Fall River throughout the month. Advisory Board member Carl Saweko says donating, be it with time or money, will help ensure this year's campaign is successful.
The Salvation Army is non-denominational, which means they give their gifts to everyone. No one is left behind. So during this holiday season, if you could remember or you have a little extra change, you can always help us at the Salvation Army. And there is another way you can help as well. You can man one of these kettles. If we don't have volunteers to man the kettles, then we have to pay people to come in and man the kettles. So your donation could be doubled, tripled, or quadrupled if you could volunteer a couple of hours to be a kettle person for the Salvation Army, to be able to help those in need, especially at this time of the holidays.
The city of Fall River is showing some kindness to those who have unpaid parking tickets. From now through December 31st, those who are late in paying parking tickets can have their late fees forgiven. The amnesty program is for tickets issued between January 1st and November 30th. Tickets must be paid in person by cash, money order, or cashier's check or debit or credit card at the Traffic Department office located at One Government Center in room 234. Affordable housing remains a concern in Fall River and across the country. A workshop was held last night on the process of building accessory dwelling units, or ADUs, as a way to expand the local housing stock. The event was co-sponsored by South Coast Places for People and United Interfaith Action of Southeastern Massachusetts. The legislature passed a law last year allowing for the construction of ADUs without any special permits. UIA organizer Tracy Albernaz says the advantage to building ADUs is the flexibility on how the structures can create more affordable housing.
Why ADUs are so important is because we have a housing shortage in the state, especially here in the South Coast. We're thousands of units behind in order to sort of stabilize the market. And so while ADUs won't, solve the housing crisis, they're just one tool that can help do that. And ADUs are great for somebody like myself. I actually can't afford my own apartment or house because I'm a one-person household, even though I have a job and a college degree. So I live with my parents, but I don't really want to be living with my parents. So an ADU would be perfect for me. My parents have the land to put an ADU. It's great for aging parents or a friend that might need a place and you have the space to put an ADU. So ADUs are great for a lot of reasons.
The city's Director of Inspectional Services, Glenn Hathaway, describes the requirements of constructing ADUs here in Fall River.
To have an ADU and not have to deal with any other zoning issues, you have to be in a single-family home district, or single-family homes have to be allowed in that district. So in Fall River, we have many districts. We have single-family, we have multifamily, A2 apartment districts, we have commercial mill districts, we have factory districts, and so on. In those districts, if a single-family home is allowed, then you're allowed to do an ADU. Pretty easy. One ADU per unit, per property. If you want a second one, I believe the law requires that you have to have a special permit through the zoning board for the second unit, if you have enough room on the property for 2 ADUs.
Since voters in 2024 elected to remove the MCAS test as a requirement for high school graduation, state education officials have been seeking a new standard that all students must meet to graduate. Governor Maura Healey announced this week that an opening framework for such a standard has been set and will still need legislative approval. Governor Healey says the framework will reimagine high school education.
It starts with a strong foundation of coursework in certain core subjects, like STEM and language skills that everyone needs, no matter what path they choose. It includes exams that are not high stakes, but are the actual course you just took, okay? That will also allow us to phase out MCAS in 10th grade. It includes a capstone project or a portfolio project that showcases students' abilities, because tests are only one way to demonstrate what you've learned to do. We want students to graduate ready for their next step, whatever that is. And that's why every student would complete a career and academic plan with the guidance they need to meet goals. They'll also complete federal and state financial aid applications, FAFSA or MAFSA. So if you want to go to college, that red tape will be out of the way. And every student in Massachusetts is going to learn financial literacy so that you can better manage your money and make decisions that are good for you. All of this together will prepare every student for success, for whatever path they choose. I have high expectations of every young person in this state, and I want you all to have the tools that you need, that are real, that are reachable, for success in today's world.
The 100-page recommendation prepared by the K-12 statewide graduation council demonstrates the collaboration among many stakeholders to secure the Commonwealth's position as an educational leader.
To the teachers, let me just say that this framework is based on the outstanding work that you are already doing in classrooms every single day. The success of the final product will depend on educator input every step of the way, using the experience and the knowledge of our educators. For our district and school leaders, this isn't about reinventing the wheel, and it's not about mandates. What it is about is drawing on the strengths that make our schools number one in the country, and working with all of you to bring them to every student in our state. For employers, I want you to know that when you get an application from a Massachusetts high school graduate, you're looking at someone with strong skills who's ready to contribute. And I want you to continue to grow here, employers and businesses, because you know that Massachusetts already has the best workforce in the country, and we're going to continue to add to that.
We'll have more FRC Media News after this.
Here are some job descriptions on the latest hot jobs list from the Mass Hire Fall River Career Center. Residential Clinical Supervisor, Stepping Stone Incorporated, located at 111 Durfee Street, seeks a full-time residential clinical supervisor, responsible for the supervision of assigned personnel, provide in-service training, manage fiscal budget, and contract compliance. Job number 234-11376. FSQ Tech, Blount Fine Foods, located at 63 Current Road, is looking for a full-time second shift FSQ tech to assist FSQ management in the maintenance of overall product quality and safety. Job number 234-10934. Staff nurse, Cavallo Grove Health and Rehab Center, located at 273 Oak Grove Avenue, is seeking a full-time staff nurse responsible for providing patient care, perform assessments, administer medications, and maintain patient records. Job number 234-07894. Sewing machine operator, Vanson Leathers Incorporated, located at 951 Broadway, is urgently looking for a full-time sewing machine operator. For more information, call 508-678-2000. NASA Fruit Company, located at 538 Plymouth Avenue, has an immediate need for the following full and part-time positions. Warehouse associate, job number 234-11193. Night selectors, job number 234-12383. For more information about these or other positions, visit Mass Hire JobQuest at jobquest.tcs.eol.mass.gov or call the Mass Hire Fall River Career Center at 508-730-5000.
We were off last week, but time again to check on the local economic development and business news in Fall River. I am joined, as I am for most weeks, by Kevin Lawrence. He's the editor, publisher, and owner of Fall River Development News. You can find him on Facebook. Kevin, how are you this week? I hope you had a great holiday.
Yes, thank you, Keith, and glad to be back with you again.
All right, let's get right to it. On our plate. There is some new housing opportunities in a former Catholic school in Fall River that's now open.
Yeah, this is near Ruggles Park. The redevelopment of the 152-year-old Sacred Heart Church is nearly complete. The former 37,000 square foot church and rectory buildings have been converted into 46 market rate apartments that are now ready for lease. It features 19 two-bedroom apartments, 24 two-bedroom lofts, and three bedroom loft units. And according to the company that put this together, they have done other projects such as this in historical properties. And they did quite a nice job from what you can see from the pictures we've uploaded.
Yeah, and it's always good to see that that new housing. We did a story on this week's show about the accessory dwelling units, ADUs, that are maybe become popular. And this is, again, more opportunities for increasing that housing stock. All right, we've got two restaurants on our platter for this week, no pun intended.
Yeah.
The first is a former longtime restaurant that's going to see a new type of cuisine coming in.
Yes, a new Asian restaurant specializing in pho and ramen is taking over the iconic Patty's Pierogies at 1019 South Main Street in Fall River. Patty's has been at that location since 2009, and the Fall River Licensing Board just approved an application by Patty's Pierogies to transfer their all-alcohol common victualers license to TTC Entertainment, and they plan on serving pho and ramen, which is a delicious Asian noodle soup dish that's packed with a huge amount of flavor. And we don't have that type of cuisine really in Fall River right now, so it'll be something new. Their hours of operation will be Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, as well as Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. The property is 2,000 square feet in size, and it's set to change hands soon. The sale is pending.
And secondly on the list is going to be a new restaurant and market coming to the south end of Fall River.
Yeah, this is 755 King Philip Street. If you're an old Fall Riverite like myself, it was formerly the Rocking Horse Restaurant. I believe it was office space between that time, and it's been vacant for quite a while. The property's been up for sale, and now we're learning that Real Brazil Restaurant and Market is coming to 755 King Philip Street in Fall River. It'll be their second location. They own and operate a location on Tremont Street in Taunton since 2021. The owner's name is Alan Martins. Now, the new Fall River Restaurant and Market will feature a Brazilian barbecue And it'll also feature a buffet that will include a wide variety of side dishes, including rice, red and black beans, fruits and vegetables, and other Brazilian specialties and mainstays. Now, on their barbecue, they'll have a rotisserie, which will feature steak, chicken, pork, linguiça, and other meats. So we're looking forward to this because that spot hasn't been utilized as a restaurant in quite a while.
All right, you can find out more of Kevin's work on Fall River Development News on Facebook. Kevin, as always, thank you for joining us. We'll talk again next week.
Thank you, Keith.
With this being the first weekend in December, that means the kickoff to the holiday season gets underway in Fall River Saturday at 1 o'clock at the 41st Annual Fall River Children's Holiday Parade as it steps off from Kennedy Park down South Main Street. And it's organized, as always, by Greater Fall River Recreation.
We have 136 units this year, which is one of our largest parades ever. We're super excited. We have 3 new groups that we've never had before. We have the Crusaders Drum Corps. They won first place in an International World Championship. We also have the National Lancers, which is a militia cavalry troop out of Massachusetts, and a new Clydesdale group called Mountain View. We're super excited to have all 3 groups. We have 30 floats, 14 bands, which includes 6 high school bands, and many, many, many organizations, marching groups, agencies. The Fall River School Department 100% is participating, Holy Name School, Atlantis Charter School, and again, so many, many, many organizations. We have 3 large inflatable balloons, a large snowman, and we have 2 Sesame Street characters. We'll keep it a secret. The donations, the sponsorships that we receive from businesses here in Fall River is exceptional, and the support of the City of Fall River and all the departments that assist us in putting this parade together, we wouldn't be able to do it without their support.
Following the parade, the city's Christmas tree will be lit outside Government Center. We'll wrap up this edition of FRC Media News right after this.
My name is David Perry. I'm the president of the Greater Fall River Food Pantry. And what we do here is we provide food to clients that are in need. We're always trying to get more people involved in what we're doing. And we're trying to concentrate on youth, and it's all about helping people. And that's what we should all be doing, is helping someone. So it's a great opportunity for them to come down here and give us a couple of hours a week. It's not long, it's 2 hours a day. And once they start volunteering, it's like a family, it really is. So getting these younger people involved, it's just great. It's great to see. It's great to have younger generations seeing what's going on in the real world, as we call it, and helping out.
I've gotten a new outlook on the community. I've been able to see all sides, helped me learn just a lot about Fall River as a whole.
We like to get students in from 14 years of age and older. It's not about the Greater Fall River Community Food Pantry. It's about what the Greater Fall River Community Food Pantry does as an outreach. We want to reach out to the community. Most schools require that the students put in volunteer hours. We're a perfect example of receiving those students, and that way they get their hours accredited, and it gives them a good learning experience.
Volunteering here made you feel good, felt like you were helping out the community, and also it really helped me out with making my application stand out with having volunteer hours on them. Like when I'm applying for jobs, I've been on the hunt right now, and I've done a lot more interviews since I did charity work here. Makes you really stand out, and also just feels good helping out the community.
I love hearing other people's lives, how other people live, other people's families. It's interesting, and I really like to do this work.
Come down and see what it's like. Come down and take an opportunity to help someone else. Come and see what's really happening in the world out there.
That's all for this week's edition of FRC Media News. Please visit our website, frmedia.org, for more local news and information. FRC Media News airs Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Fridays at 5:30 p.m. on Channel 95 and the Fall River HD channel, which you can find on Channel 1072. For all of us here at FRC Media News, I'm Keith Tebow. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next Thursday.